Today I broke down nuclear physics into 7 levels, where level 1 is what most people think nuclear physics is, and level 7 is what world-class experts actually do. In 2013, when I was just 8 years old, my morning routine consisted of clawing myself out of bed, stumbling downstairs and eating a bowl of Cocoa Krispies whilst watching an old rerun of The Simpsons. A recurring theme in all these episodes was Homer Simpson working at the power plant. The official title was Safety Inspector at the nuclear plant, which would typically involve monitoring reactor safety systems, ensuring compliance with nuclear regulations, and performing inspections and maintenance checks. But instead, what Homer actually did was sleeping at his desk, pushing random buttons without knowing what they do, and literally eating toxic waste despite clear labels which say toxic waste, do not eat. So when I got to school and learned what nuclear power plants actually do, I was shocked. And what's more is radioactive waste actually looks like this rather than looking like Smith's Slime Time Universal Cleaning Goo, which they show on The Simpsons. It turns out nuclear physics is very different to what most people think it is. So let's get into it and make sure to tell me in the comments which level you are, starting with level 1, general knowledge. On this level you learn that atoms are made up of a dense core called a nucleus surrounded by electrons. And this core is held together by the strong nuclear force, which is even stronger than a fully hydrated Eddie Hall. Fusion is what happens when you smash these little balls together called nuclei, and fission is when a nucleus breaks down into 2 smaller nuclei. Radioactivity comes in 3 different forms. Alpha radiation, which is the most ionizing but least penetrating, beta radiation, which is in the middle, and then gamma radiation, which is the least ionizing but the most penetrating. If you made it to level 1, then you're officially smarter than Homer Simpson. It turns out that if Homer was to actually consume real radioactive waste, rather than the green slime from that one guava juice video, he would instantly suffer from internal organ damage from alpha and beta particles destroying the cells in his stomach lining, and within a couple of weeks his bone marrow cells would be destroyed, crippling his blood production and leading to severe anemia, infections and internal bleeding. And if he somehow survives all of that, he would still almost certainly get cancer. So the next time you see a drum of radioactive waste on the side of the road, think twice before ripping it open like a can of sardines and scooping it into your fat gob. Level 2, general knowledge for nerds. Instead of thinking of electrons and nucleons as tiny little balls, you think of them as probability clouds which obey Schrodinger's equation. Schrodinger's equation is basically when you put a cat in a box and you ask the question, does the cat have balls? The answer is both yes and no, because I never specified whether the cat was male or female, so the probability is 50-50. In the same way, an electron exists in a cloud of probabilities until you observe it. And to find the probability of finding a particle in that spot, you just plug the potential energy of the system into Schrodinger's equation, solve for the wave function, and then square it. Nuclear fusion, which is when